Gotta love watching his great ball movement.
Which is something both of these teams take pride in. It's always fun to watch guys be unselfish with the ball and look to make each other better.
So the opening lineup for the Heat, Tyler Hero out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then there's Jaime Jaquez. And it's Ware in at center. Now here's Barnes after Tyler Hero's miss. Wembanyama outside. A pass to Fox. Wembanyama, a screen on Wiggins. Fox, and he banks in the lane.
The defense comes at Fox hard, but he's ready for it. He knows how to stay agile and nimble inside.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Greg Popovich and I did speak a few minutes ago. They were raving about an opposing player, in this case, Andrew Wiggins. Coach said, I have tons of respect for Wiggins. 100% effort on both ends. Andrew can beat you scoring it, but he can also be a shutdown defender. High praise for Wiggins, the former first overall pick. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Now Barnes. After Tyler Hero's three-pointer that didn't go. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Wembanyama. And Wembanyama throws it down.
Oh, Victor Wembanyama, a thunderous finish there.
Jaquez sets a screen for Wiggins. Drills the three-pointer.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And Kevin, well-deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city. Plus, he's already got a street named after him.
Miami with the ball, following the three-pointer by San Antonio. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Here's Castle. Barnes the screen. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Fox, and that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession.
San Antonio ball.
6 on the shot clock. Wembanyama looking it over, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Hero passes to Jaquez. They get it back. Here's Adebayo. They set the screen. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Just 5 to shoot. There's Hero with the 3. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make, he is 1 for 4.
And look at how confident Hero is from range. He'll take that shot wherever possible.
To the middle. Outside for Wembanyama. Wembanyama, a screen on Wiggins. And Fox gets it to go.
Looks like Fox was itching to answer back with that 3. He is a capable shooter when he's in attack mode.
And you know, De'Aaron Fox, he has become, RJ, I think, almost impossible to defend.
Yeah, he's always had great speed, so defenders would sag off of him. But now that he has that step back 3, so you have to play up, and that's what he wants you to do.
The Spurs have gone 4 of 5 from the field so far. And there it is for him. Fox has got 7 points.
In the open, few better than Fox. A great finisher with tremendous speed.
Wiggins sets a screen for Hero. Off target from 3-point range.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing. And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Now, here's Fox. 9 points in the game so far. Wembanyama outside. That 3 off the mark.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And the foul called on Victor Wembanyama.
Wembanyama.
That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
36 seconds left in the first quarter. Wiggins from outside. Miami no good on that time either. Spurs leading by 6. Fox passes to Wembanyama. Vassell sets a screen for Wembanyama. From outside, off the mark. Here's Jaquez. No scoring in this one. Here's Ware. Gets a very good look and converts.
That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
A big-time effort for De'Aaron Fox, providing a lot of energy for San. Welcome back to Noche Latina, celebrating the Latin culture and their love for the game of basketball. It just keeps growing. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here, what do you think they've been doing or not doing?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Making it as difficult as possible for the offense to find clean looks. Great stuff.
On the court for Miami here in the second. We got Jaime Jaquez. Hero out there with Wiggins. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Ware in at the 5, roaming the paint. Richard, last season marked the 5th consecutive year that the Spurs missed the playoffs.
And this drought came directly after their historic streak of 22 consecutive playoff appearances. But the silver lining in this stretch is that it allowed them to draft a generational talent in Wembanyama.
Wembanyama finds Barnes.
How about the vision by Wembanyama there? Always looking to get teammates involved.
Pass to Adebayo for 3. Second chance shot, and the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
The Heat shooting their first free throw of the game here.
And take a look back at last season, and what a season it was for them from the free throw line. 82% as a group.
There's the pick. Here's Wembanyama for 3. It's hauled in by the Heat. Jaquez the pass to Ware. Knocks down the 3-ball. Ware's got the lead up to 2 now for the Heat.
This is that modern big man play. Tall guys who are comfortable draining shots from deep.
Victor Wembanyama.
Wembanyama is a specimen going at the rim there with a purpose.
Jaquez the pass to Adebayo. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Adebayo the screen. Shot clock at 6. Back to Wiggins. Shoots over Vassell. And it's Wiggins missing.
How did he break that one? He smoked it. Everything was set up for that to be an easy basket.
Fox against Hero. Now, here's Fox. T right on him. Vassell sets a screen for Wembanyama. Fires for 3. Wembanyama, what a high release on the 3. And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or 2 against the young fellas. And sometimes, that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game. Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Barnes passes to Wembanyama. It's hauled in by the Heat.
Had enough room to finish, and that's what he'll usually make.
Wiggins. Missed inside. San Antonio leading by 3. Pass to Wembanyama. Here's Castle. Wembanyama, a screen on Wiggins. Castle misses. And it's Adebayo with the ball for Miami. Outside, Hero. Lets it go with a 3. Sinks the 3-pointer. Hero's got the game tied up here for the Heat.
You give a shooter of his caliber that much time to seam it up, oh yeah, you're done.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks. Bam Adebayo talked about how his mentality has evolved over his career. He said, shoot the ball. I feel like that's been my evolution. It sounds very simple, but I came into this league as a defender. I feel like the progression's been to shoot the ball, worry about everything else later. Kevin?
He certainly, DA, is a two-way threat. Mitchell kicks to Burks. And again, Miami with the triple. We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Here's Sohan. There's 45 seconds left in the first half. Mitchell against Paul. Over Mitchell. Good D by Mitchell. Miami's gone 4 of 6 from long range in the second quarter. Solid shooting. The offensive rebound. Robinson up top. Kicks it out to Love. Tries again. And Love throws it down.
Although Love plays with a lot of finesse, I love seeing him throw it down like that, showing how he can still elevate with the best of them.
Pass to Champagny. That's a 2 from Paul. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the band half-court shot. Drum roll, please. They're measuring up the shot.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. We're seeing a tremendous game from Victor Wembanyama.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
The forwards for him, Johnson and Sohan. And it's Chris Paul. And it's Champagny in at the shooting guard position. And that's who's in the game for the Spurs. Miami leading by 3. And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. I think that's some big dough.
Is it ever? It remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
Here's Johnson. The Heat knocking down the tray, and he uses the glass on the layup. Johnson's got his first points in this one.
For wings like Johnson, driving in, using the bounce effectively, it's a huge thing to have that in your toolbox.
And that one's good, Mitchell. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. Ball outside. Here's Mamu Kelishvili. That one good for 2.
Chris Paul is always thinking pass first. He's so good at finding his teammates, especially when they're open.
And he's good on the 3-ball. Paul's got himself on the board with 3 there.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Mitchell outside. Outside Robinson. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Frank, everything they're doing is working right now.
Good run they have going right now. The momentum is huge.
From deep. Paul doesn't hold back when pulling the trigger, especially when he sees the chance.
Burks dishes to Love. They need this. A rebound by the Spurs. And stolen by Love. Robinson for 3. Rebound by Sohan. San Antonio's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. And here's Mitchell from the arc. And no good that time. San Antonio leading. Johnson surveying the floor. To the paint. Over to the wing. Johnson with a screen on Robinson. Here's Champagnie. Offline with his three. Miami's gone into a slump here from three-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Burks' shot is good. Spurs have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Ball finds Sohan. Fires the three, and Chris Paul hits from deep. Paul's got 9 points now in the quarter.
What quickness from Paul. Gets the ball and instantly puts up the shot. That's quick.
A 3 ball. Oh, good on that one. Good D by Mitchell. The Heat trail by 3. Here's Burks. And he lays it straight in. Burks has got 7 points in the game.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
I'll tell you, Richard, you watch Jeremy Sohan, he can really do it all.
Yeah, power forward by trade, who's even played point guard at times. He's a great defender and a team player. He's the kind of guy you win with.
Here's Mitchell after the basket by San Antonio, and he makes that one. 56 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Champagnie, guarded by Robinson. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a three-point play. That one on Love.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Pass to Burks. Shoots over Vassell. Barnes grabs the miss.
I don't know if he got in his own head there or what, because the defense can't really take credit for that miss.
Miami foul.
The Spurs have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
A year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort. Known for his strong defense, Castle is someone any coach would love to have. He is a hard-working rookie.
De'Aaron Fox is checked in for San Antonio. And Wiggins throws it down.
Ooh, he put a little extra on that one.
He does. He doesn't usually finish soft either. Obviously, he can when necessary, but not that time. Barnes outside. Cranes the three-pointer. Barnes has got the lead up to 6 now for San Antonio.
Nice ball movement there. That's how you break down the defense.
Here's Adebayo. And so it's San Antonio with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because... And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. On the floor for Miami, Adebayo is out there with Jaime Jaquez. Then it's Wiggins. Then it's Tyler Hero. And it's Ware in at the 5 slot. Jaquez with the bucket.
A pretty free look from three-point range. The D forgot about him on that possession.
Big three right there, especially at this point in the game.
And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. A great opportunity for a three-point play. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for San Antonio.
You've got to be impressed with how assertive they are on offense, continuing to cut hard to the rim time and time again.
And on top of that, they're getting a lot of points off assists. And it's always a good sign when your team is working as a cohesive unit.
Here's Ware, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
Now, passing isn't the strongest part of Wiggins' game, but he is far from a selfish scorer.
And it's Fox with the jam.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Hero against Fox. Here's Adebayo. And Adebayo throws it down.
Don't take your eyes off Bam. When he comes off the floor, he gets up and the slams are just too good to miss.
To the left wing. Fox a screen on Hero. Here's Castle. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Castle's got 5 points now this quarter.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Hawkes can't hit. San Antonio lead by 6. Barnes sets a screen for Vassell. No good on the triple. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Heat. Hawkes with a wide open look. And it's off from three-point range. San Antonio's got the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it. 9 times they've missed. Outside for Wembanyama. Over in the corner, Barnes. And a miss there on the triple. The Heat trail by 6. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to go on De'Aaron Fox.
You really get non-stop hustle from Andrew Wiggins, and that all-out style of play helps him be a serious difference maker on both sides of the ball. See, it's easy to see why his teammates trust him. He's a leader on this team and loves coming up huge in the clutch.
Pass to Barnes. Here's Wembanyama. Barnes sets a screen for Wembanyama. Drains it from beyond the arc. And the Spurs lead by 7.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on.
In transition, here comes San Antonio. Wembanyama finishes off the break.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
And it seems as if someone got their signals crossed. If he can wind up that open from three-point range, I'm sure that was not a part of the game plan.
Here's Castle, covered by Wiggins. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I was able to hear Greg Popovich talking to his team during the break. He told them it's all about maintaining the lead. He told them he knows it's easy to get comfortable when you're in this position, but that they need to keep the pressure on. Guys?
Thank you, David. Fox with the steal. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Hawkes against Wembanyama. Again, the miss by the Spurs. Miami's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. Hawkes rebounded by Castle. San Antonio's gone into a funk from downtown in the 4th. Only 1 of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket.
And this is something Vassell has really improved. Now you have to guard him closely from deep.
Here's Ware. The Heat rebound. Hero from long range. That's in, coming off an assist from Adebayo.
When guys are moving the ball, sharing it, it makes the game so much more fun, both as a player and as a fan.
Fox with it. Now defended by Wiggins. And a wide open look for Wembanyama. And again, it's San Antonio with a 3.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
And it felt like they just flipped the switch to go on that run and seal the game. Saving their best basketball for the end. Always smart.
Fox against Wiggins. From deep three-point land. Offline. And so it's San Antonio with the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah.
Kuminga's out there with Draymond Green. And it's Butler in at the 3. And for the Spurs, at forward, we'll see Vassell slot in next to Barnes. De'Aaron Fox is out there with Castle, and it's Wembanyama in at the 5, roaming the paint. Well, Grant, this is not your average regular season game. These teams are fierce rivals.
Oh, yes, they are, B.A. I love playing in these type of games. I mean, the fans are extra loud. The players are fired up. This will be fun.
Down low. Here's Kuminga. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
With all eyes on Steph when he has the ball, his teammates find openings, and he finds them.
And Fox, here we go. Podziemski grabs the board. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
I caught up with Coach Greg Popovich. I asked him outright how he planned to deal with Steph Curry. How does anyone deal with him? Coach joked. He went on to say, we'll try to contest every shot and chase him off the arc, but emphasis on try. Not easy to solve a problem with no good solution, I guess, BA.
Thank you for that, Allie. There's a screen. Here's Wembanyama. The shot's good.
Yeah, Wembanyama fights for his bucket, using his size to get it done despite the foul.
San Antonio shooting their first free throw in this game. And so it's Golden State with it. But Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, B.A., from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
Here's Castle. He's covered by Curry. Outside Wembanyama. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Spurs need to get one up here. Second shot opportunity. The jump hook. Out to Fox. Launches it. Vassell outside from downtown. Buries it from 3.
The team counts on Vassell for this, a reliable producer of 3-point buckets.
The ball's knocked loose. Pass to Curry. Green, a screen. Outside Podziemski. And here is Kuminga, covered by Wembanyama. The fader. Kuminga's shot is off. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point land so far. Barnes against Green. Fox outside. Outside for Wembanyama. Lets it go from deep. Warriors with the rebound.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
Castle for 3. Good, and the assist to Wembanyama.
Always ready to fire. Castle wasting no time.
Now here's Curry, tightly guarded. There's a screen by Kuminga. Pass to Butler. Back to Podziemski. Green with a screen on Fox. Lets it fly. The shot by Podziemski, no good.
Well, that one should be in his wheelhouse, but just off the mark.
Outside for Wembanyama. 4-3. Kuminga pulls it in. The Warriors trailing. Outside Butler. Puts up a 3. Victor Wembanyama grabs the board. Wembanyama's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's the pick. Driving in. Pass to Vassell. There's the 3. Jimmy Butler with a rebound.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it. But you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Here's Castle. Rebounded by Green. The Warriors have gone 5 of 8. Solid opening quarter for them. Butler can't get it to go.
Well, the defense was right where they needed to be to stop the layup. great awareness and effort.
Fox, the pass to Wembanyama. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
Well, Victor doesn't have too far to go. I mean, he just pops up to the rim, makes it look so easy.
Kuminga with a screen on Fox. A pass to Kuminga. Here's Butler. Oh, and he hits it at the buzzer.
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
Well, it's good to have.
Tie game in San Antonio. Don't go away. We'll be back with the second quarter in just a moment. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. What do you guys think about San Antonio here in this one?
Well, it's pretty obvious. I mean, cashing in on extra opportunities. That's how they built this early lead.
Yeah, you can bet their coach is encouraging them to keep up the extra effort. It's more than paying off.
So on the floor for Golden State to kick off the second quarter. Inside, it's Green next to Jackson Davis. Curry and Pods make up the backcourt, and it's Butler in at the 3 slot. You know, Grant, you talk to scouts about Stephon Castle. They just feel like this guy's a winner.
Well, certainly we saw that at Connecticut. Now, as a freshman, he was a key piece in their title run. He actually turned up his game in the tournament, and that's rare for any freshman.
Here's Wembanyama, and there are the Spurs with another bucket.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
Ooh, Wembanyama with the silky stroke from 3.
And you've got to worry about Wembanyama everywhere. He puts a defense to the test.
Back to Curry. To the middle. Offensive board. And De'Aaron Fox picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Pass to Green. 6 to shoot. Green, a screen. Pajemski. No good on the triple. San Antonio's gone 4 of 8 from 3. A nice percentage. Fox, the pass to Vassell. And that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian. Well, De'Aaron Fox, the inaugural 2023 Clutch Player of the Year, he said, quote, "You can't be afraid to fail. Obviously, you're not going to make every shot, but my team puts me in position to succeed, so the least I can do is have confidence in myself to take good shots." Brian?
Allie, thanks. You know, he's become a star.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet, we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
And here's Butler outside. Rebound by San Antonio. Fox outside. Up top, Barnes. Defended by Pajemski. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
Man, Wembanyama getting it done. Woo!
And there's a whistle. That goes on Devin Vassell. That's his first foul of the game. Grant, there's a huge difference between talent on paper versus winning.
You're right, B.A., and it comes down to coaching, chemistry, and sacrifice. But I think the biggest thing is effort. All things being equal, the team that plays the hardest is going to win.
Outside for Butler, and out of bounds. San Antonio will have it.
And the misconnection there. Fans guarding their beverages. That's a pass he'd like back for sure.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. And it's Fox with the jam.
Explosive speed gives Fox the clear advantage on the drive. He gets down the lane so fast.
Outside Curry to halt the run. Curry buries the triple.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Over to the left wing. Back to Wembanyama. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Barnes. The 3 is up. Good, and the assist to Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got 3 assists in the game.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
Here's Butler. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. They'll pin that one on Harrison Barnes.
Fearless play from Butler. Defenses should know he's going to try and draw a foul while shooting.
Well, Stan, you coached against some really tough players in your day. Where does Jimmy Butler stand right now? What makes him Jimmy Butler?
Well, I think, Brian, he's just a great competitor. He wants to take on the biggest challenges when he's on the defensive end, and on offense, he is willing to attack anyone.
And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play. So it'll be Jeremy Sohan shooting. It's on Stephen Curry. And the Warriors going with a whole new group out there.
Yeah, he's a fearless player. I mean, Sohan not afraid to give up his body to give his team a better chance.
Hield passes to Kuminga. There's a screen by Kuminga. Hield from outside. Pure from three-point range.
Well, you love the unselfishness. Makes the next pass and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Ball passes to Champagny. This one for 3. Paul shot is off. Warriors trail by 4. Here's Spencer. Paul with a steal. About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Mamukelashvili. Picked up by Sohan. Mamukelashvili passes to Paul. Shot clock at 5. Takes the 3. Fires in the triple. And the Spurs lead by 7. Now here's Hield. Up in time. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And so the San Antonio Spurs closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Great shot selection right now. Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this. And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You know, Victor Wembanyama has been exceptional here, guys.
And how about his dime dropping in the first half? That was something else.
Well, it's nothing new for him. They are at their best when he's setting the table like that.
Johnson is at the 3 with Sohan down at the 4. Then there's Chris Paul and it's Champagny at the shooting guard. That's the San Antonio 5. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Basket counts.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Spurs lead by 5. Paul with it. No points yet. Sohan outside. To the right side. 5 on the clock. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, you can get away with a lot in terms of screens today, but you can't make it that obvious.
They set the pick. Hield for 3. Rebound by San Antonio. Outside Paul. Let's go with a 3. Mamukelashvili, no good. Warriors trail by 5. Pass to Payton. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Hield against Johnson. Here's Mamukelashvili. Launches a 3. The rebound by Post.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And Kuminga throws throws it down.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
Ball from deep three-point land. Sinks it. What range from downtown. Here's Spencer. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Pass to Heel. Three-pointer. Sohan with a rebound. San Antonio leading by 6. Johnson passes to Mamukelashvili. They set the pick. The three ball. The rebound by Post. Post has got his 4th rebound in this one. Healed on the wing. There's a screen by Kuminga from deep. And it's Healed, missing. The Spurs have gotten only 1 of 4 shots to fall in the second half. Champagnie pass to Mamukelashvili. Pass to Champagnie. Now here's Sohan. To the paint. Here's Mamukelashvili. Banked it in off the glass. And it's an 8-point Spurs lead.
Yeah, great find from Sohan. This is why his guys like playing with him.
There's a screen by Kuminga. Healed from outside. Rebound by San Antonio. 1:49 left in the third quarter. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Just great work cashing in on the fast break.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
Wow, an emphatic two-handed slam. Spurs lead by 8. Here's Champagnie, and there's the drive, and he lays it up and in. Champagnie's got 5 now.
Like a matador. Olé! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
No problems knocking that one down. He has 6.
This is his shot. The defense must chase Healed off that three-point line.
Outside Paul. Three-pointer. He buries it from 3. And the Spurs lead by 10.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first. Well, that's what you want. Get him the ball and see if he can close the gap.
Floats one. Paul can't get it to go. Warriors trail by 7. Outside Payton. Pass to Heel. Inside. Here's Kuminga. Kuminga soars in for the slam. Man, he makes it look easy.
More than just a score. Healed moves the ball well, especially when his guys are open.
Paul taking his time here. Champagnie, that's good.
It's nice to see they're not settling for three-pointers. These guys are putting in the work inside.
And here's Kuminga for 3. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And so it's San Antonio closing out this quarter. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. 0 chance to stop that.
Now that is an elite level dig. What a great pass.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. And so in the game for the Warriors, Curry and Pod make up the backcourt. Down low it's Draymond and Looney, and it's Butler in at the 3. Warriors trail by 7. Looney, a screen on Barnes. And here's Curry for 3. Here's Looney. Oh, Looney with the smooth move inside.
Now that's a confidence booster. Great effort on the offensive glass.
Well, his value increases when he can get offensive boards late in games like that.
Barnes finds Wembanyama. Barnes with a screen on Looney. Wembanyama pass to Barnes. It's tipped. And as it goes out of bounds, San Antonio will keep possession. 6 on the shot clock. Fox with speed. From behind the arc. It's rebounded by Golden State. In transition, here come the Warriors. And it's Butler with the jam.
This is why you must stay in front of Butler. When he's leaking out like this, he's focused on scoring.
To the inside, here's Wembanyama. Pass to Castle. Wembanyama screen. Takes a three. He hits again. 7 for 13 and looking confident.
And coming down the stretch, both teams still playing fantastic offense.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen. It doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
And so it's Fox with it. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. He takes it in. Outside for Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama reaches up and throws it down.
You got to be impressed with Fox's court awareness. He has a feel for when one of his guys is uncovered.
Looney, the screen. Pass to Pajemski. And out of bounds. San Antonio will have it.
Spurs ball.
San Antonio leading by 6. Here's Castle. Fires the three. And again, it's San Antonio with a three.
You're upgrading the three-point shot. It's big for Castle as he continues to develop.
Outside Pajemski. Pass to Curry for three. Rebound by San Antonio. Wembanyama's got 9 rebounds in the game. Boy, he's getting it done. Vassell against Butler. Vassell passes to Barnes. There's a screen. And here's Wembanyama. Here's the three. Buries it from 3. And it's a 12-point San Antonio lead. And Stan, you got into coaching right after college. When did you know you wanted to be a coach?
Brian, that's easy. As soon as I figured out that I didn't have much of a future as a player, I knew I wanted to stay involved in the game. I wanted to coach.
San Antonio's gone 3 for 5 from three-point land since the end of the third quarter. From the arc. And San Antonio hits again from deep.
Coming down the stretch, they've leaned on the perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
It's tipped. Driving inside, and he goes in for the dunk.
Yeah, and that's where Castle is most effective, when he's getting downhill and attacking.
Here's Curry. The rebound by the Spurs. Wembanyama's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Spurs.
It's impressive how the reserve players stepped up and delivered in this one.
They didn't just help out. They made a big impact and really secured the win for their team.
And as it was happening, as it was building, you knew this was a monster game for Victor Wembanyama.
Well, bottom line, he was just unstoppable at times. Not much you can do when he's playing with that kind of confidence.
Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
Fires top of the key. The shot by Looney, no good. They can take their time if they want.
Yes, you have to regroup. Make sure you get a good shot.
Here's Castle. Off the mark there with a three. Green against Barnes. Green, a screen. The shot by Looney, no good. On offense, here is San Antonio. They're on an 18-7 run. Here's Castle. Just 5 to shoot. So we see the Spurs taking the W here. This one was a fun one to watch. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. And that's going to do
Expect more of a methodical pace, Brent, I think, in this one. What do you think?
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. Both of these teams love to run their offense in the half court. They'll slow things down. They'll love the setups. They'll try to manipulate a couple of the plays to get matchups they want. Neither side afraid to take it under 5 seconds on a shot clock, and that patience may pay off.
Now Golden State's starting 5. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Kuminga out there with Green, and it's Butler in at the small forward. And so it's the Heat getting on the board first. Pass to Kuminga. Back to Podziemski. Drills it from outside.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
A three-pointer. Wiggins. Draymond Green grabs the miss. Here's Golden State now. Curry finds Green. His three-pointers off the mark. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Brent, when I think of those title teams of the Golden State Warriors, clearly you think of the Currys and Thompson, and maybe at the top of that list, the importance of Draymond Green.
Well, there's no doubt, Kevin, that the lean on for Golden State defensively and to be as good as they were on that end of the floor falls on the shoulders and the very capable ones of Draymond Green. I mean, he took on all challengers and elevated the confidence of players like Steph and Clay. So Draymond's defense, elite and leading to titles. Well, the moment that ball went through on the other end, you could see Steph wanting the ball back, and of course he did it. That's the answer.
Burks looking around. Takes a three. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Podziemski on the wing. He's covered by Hero. Shot by Podziemski, no good. Miami's gotten just 2 of 6 to fall from three-point range so far. And the call will go against Jonathan Kuminga. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Jaquez with the screen on Curry. Here's Burks with nobody on him. He parries the jumper. Burks has got 8 points.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Kuminga sets a screen for Butler. Shoots over Burks. And Butler gets it to go.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
Now, here's Burks. He's got 8. Launches it. It's good from long range. 11 points in the game.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Butler kicks to Curry. Shoots it. He doesn't hit that one. The Heat leading by 3. One thing you can pretty much count on with the Heat, Brent Berry, they're gonna grind it out.
This team has always been built around tenacity and toughness. Even with the big 3, with LeBron, D-Wade, and Bosh, there was a bit of a metamorphosis with the way LeBron approached games. Kind of being hated on was something they embraced, and that culture demands that hustle accountability and will consistently be about their culture.
Now here's Curry following the miss by Bam Adebayo. Curry kicks to Green. Burks against Butler. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Miami's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. And it's Wiggins missing. Warriors trail by 3. Butler finds Podziemski. Back to Butler. Here's the 3. It's hauled in by Bam Adebayo. The Heat have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Adebayo with a screen for Burks. Pass to Adebayo. Shoots over Podziemski. And Adebayo gets it to go on the assist by Burks.
No hesitation from Adebayo there. I had to love seeing him taking this shot with confidence.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Warriors have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. And Green slams it in.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man, and he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
Jaquez sets a screen for Burks. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
Yeah, everybody saw that one. That was pretty blatant there.
Now here's Curry. Green with a screen on Wiggins. Puts the move on. And Green with the lay-in.
I don't know what you do there on the pick and roll. You're so worried about Steph. He ends up moving the ball to get points.
So here's Burks. He's got 11. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Burks has got 13 points. That's a 2 from Butler. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. This is his first free throw of the game. A free throw drops for Butler.
Shooting for Golden State.
And he makes both free throws.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Jaquez sets a screen for Burks. Good if it goes. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. Heat. And as we return, it's Noche Latina, celebrating the NBA's connection to the Latin American community. Hey guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Miami?
Well, they haven't wasted any time getting into a groove from deep, putting up and hitting a healthy amount of three-pointers thus far.
Love the passing that they displayed at the start of the game. Great ball movement that's opening up some chances without really getting deep into the execution.
They've got Adebayo. Jaime Jaquez is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then it's Tyler Hero. And it's Burks in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Miami.
Now that's the kind of passing right there that makes a difference, not just in that possession, but maybe on your play for the entire game.
So here's Burks, following the basket by Stephen Curry. Beyond the arc, and Burks is good for 3. He's got 16.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
All right, Brent, quickly. First thing that comes to your mind when you think of Jonathan Kuminga.
Physicality, Kevin. I mean, this guy is so dominant athletically that Jonathan Kuminga is a presence out on the floor. If he continues to put himself in the situations where he can put his body on guys and play fearlessly, his game is going to continue to grow. Well, right now, helping the offense out by creating space, Andrew Wiggins deadly enough from that spot.
Podziemski, and he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Miami's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. Adebayo the screen, a three-pointer, Wiggins, and again Miami with the triple.
How can you forget about him? I mean, he's not going to miss that open of a look.
Goes up to the stripe. Curry shot is off.
Well, mid-range is where he makes the money. So when the D's slow to get out on him, always surprising to see him miss from there.
The latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Hey, Kevin, we all know about what Heat culture means. Bam Adebayo says we share the ball, play together, and we know where the shots are going to come from. We're just blessed to have a team like this. Everybody buys in, everybody competes, and everybody wants to get the job done. Kevin, back to you.
They've got great chemistry. Thanks, David. Now, Wiggins. After the missed 3 from Stephen Curry. Inside. Looking for Kuminga. He gets it there.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
No one near Adebayo as he lets it go. And Wiggins able to finish. Wiggins has got the lead up to 5 now for Miami.
And man, I love it when Wiggins gets vertical. Such an impressive athlete.
Fires from deep. The three-pointer is right on target. Wiggins has got 11 points.
He's very smart about spotting up in transition, and no one rotated over to contest that one.
And the foul on Andrew Wiggins. That's foul number 2 for him. And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year?
Here's Mitchell. Jimmy Butler making his last shot. Outside Robinson. Shoots over Podziemski. Robinson misses. And here's Kuminga. He'll bring it up for Golden State. They trail by 6. Butler from outside. It's hauled in by the Heat. 1:12 left to play in the first half. Pass to Robinson. So the wing on the left to the middle. 6 to shoot. There's the pick. Here's Ware. Wow, came this close to a 4-point play. Led to the line for 3 free throws.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
And he's good on the second. Break since reaching 5 consecutive NBA Finals. The Warriors have missed the playoffs 3 of the past 5 years.
And to be fair, they did go 46-36 last season. They were 10 games over 500 last year. So they weren't a bad team, but Golden State doesn't just expect to be in the play-in. They want to be a contender.
And that's a huge play. I mean, they need more like it because second chance points are going to be key in this game.
Probably so. That's usually a crucial element to any comeback. Sinks the triple.
Duncan Robinson, he will do that.
Warriors trail by 9.
Yeah, take your time. You don't give them another possession.
And hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. For 3, Mitchell. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's Miami with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They've done a lot of great work from long range. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by. All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Draws, please. They're measuring up the shot.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. It's been one outstanding game so far from Alec Burks.
Well, through the first 2, he has been nothing short of a marksman from deep.
Yeah, you would hope the defense at least would start to consider creeping up on it.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And this is the time now where the officials can review.
The play will be reviewed under NBA rules.
Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
first one falls for him. And Brent, the super team era is indeed coming to a close. The Miami Heat were one of the most successful examples.
Yeah, Kevin, you're obviously referring to the Heatles with LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. I think there are some fans out there that go back to when it was that they had that press conference and were throwing up 6, 7, 8. And so 2 titles, yes, of course, amazing. Chances to win championships, amazing. Could there have been more? Possibly.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
The try by Mitchell. Pass to Robinson. There's a good screen. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Payton outside. And he jams it with authority.
Oh, forget about going for the long-range bomb to cut into that lead. Just take it to the hoop, my friend.
And how? Brilliant throwdown.
Remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as Sasquatch, and now those big guys are everywhere.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Duncan Robinson. That is his first foul of the game.
Team foul.
First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Launches a 3. Highsmith grabs the miss.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Here's Ware. No good with the triple. No one near Payton as he lets it go. Off target with his 3.
Not sure how he finds himself in so much space there. He's kicking himself for whiffing a bit on that one.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Now, I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
For the 3. A nice shot by Spencer. Spencer's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Miami leading by 5. Tries the spin move. Mitchell passes to Ware. Launches a 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. Ware's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Ray.
It seems like they're going to find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
Here's Robinson. Pass to Jovic. Here's Ware. Here's the screen. Wow, drew the contact, and that 3 almost went in, so he'll go to the line for 3 free throws. He's made 2 of 3 from the stripe tonight. It seems likely that the Warriors' title run under Steph Curry, Fred, has probably come to a close.
I'm not going to count Steph Curry out quite yet, Kevin, but you know they have added some quality youngsters. They're trying to grow that group. How fast can they bring those kids along to championship caliber players? That's the big question. They're going to win their share of games.
When a pick like that is questionable and it creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, a quick little lean like that is going to get the ref's attention. Foul call.
And the Warriors making a change here. Looney's checked in. Here's Ware. Again, the miss by the Heat. Warriors trail by 11. To the inside. Intercepted. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the league recalibrated its emphasis on fouling during last season. Commissioner Adam Silver said there was a sense that offensive players had too much of an advantage. So an adjustment was made. The fans want great offense, but they want players to be allowed to play defense as well. I think that's what we're seeing. Kevin, it's a welcome change.
Welcome indeed. No doubt about it, D.A. The Heat leading by 11. Down low. There's 57 seconds left in the third. Puts up a deep three. Warriors with the rebound.
Heat foul. Jokic. First personal foul. Third team foul.
And the Warriors with possession here. Spencer, the pass to Looney. On the wing, Payton. That's good, and the Heat lead is cut down now to just 9 in the bucket from Looney.
Yes, Looney opens up the offense here. You're just getting some bonus points from him, and that's helping out when he knocks down Jade.
There's the screen. Here's Ware. Buries the long-range jumper. Ware's got the lead up to 12 now for Miami.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here, guys. In good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
Looney finds Moody. With 1 on the clock, and that one is hammered home.
Whoa, that'll wake you up.
He is such a great athlete. And so it's the Miami Heat going into the break with a 10-point lead. A good size advantage, and let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feat.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Adebayo is out there with Jaime Jaquez. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Hero into the point. It's the group on the floor for Miami.
Draymond Green around the rim, trying to find a little bit of a window to get that ball up.
Pass to Wiggins. Now here's Adebayo. Fires for 3. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Green's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. 3-pointer, Butler. Rebound by the Heat. And here's Burks. Fires the 3. Podziemski grabs the board. Pass to Kuminga. Now Podziemski. Kuminga, screen on Hero. Podziemski's shot is good.
He's going to punish you if you leave him open. He's more than willing to take the open 3 when he's got it.
Adebayo finds Burks. For 3. Good on the triple. Burks has got 6 here in this quarter.
And I like the back and forth here, showing confidence from Rain.
It seems like we'll find out who can make the deepest threes. Right now, it's a shootout.
They worked hard to get this lead. Can't start giving up easy slams all of a sudden.
GA, that's right. And that was easy. Gift wrap for him.
Yeah, we see this all too often. The team gets a huge lead, and then their guard gets let down.
Offensive rebound. Here's Adebayo. Jaquez outside. That one falls coming off Adebayo's feet. Jaquez has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Podziemski. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And so it's Burks bringing it up now for Miami. A 12-point game. And that one's good. Wiggins.
This close to the rim, Wiggins can make it look pretty effortless. He just pops it in.
Green with a screen on Hero.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible. And that one's good. Wiggins.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
6 on the shot clock. Green dishes to Butler. Launches it. They get the rebound. Kuminga. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Adebayo. Yes, Adebayo.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Outside Curry. Goes up again.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Miami.
Tonight they seem committed to the three-point shot.
That was the bread and butter. Fortunately, they made enough of those, but sometimes it was quantity over quality.
Back to Green. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
Now, he's not the reason that they're trailing in this one. He's been on his game. It's a few of the other guys that need to pick it up.
Burks against Curry. Adebayo with a screen for Burks. From outside the arc. And the Heat, another 3.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you can see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
Wiggins against Curry. Over Adebayo. Curry can't get it to go. And it's Miami's ball. They're on a 17-6 run. Now, here's Burks. Fires from way outside. Misses there. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. Thank you, David. And that'll do it, folks. So for David Aldridge.
And it's going to be the Spurs off the tip. And a look at the starters for the Spurs. At forward, we'll see Vassell slot in next to Barnes. De'Aaron Fox is out there with Castle, and it's Wembanyama in at center, filling out the middle. Foul beyond the arc, and he almost hit the shot. He'll go to the line for three. As quick as anyone in the league, RJ. De'Aaron Fox. How does his speed affect the game?
Well, he's one of those players that normally you have one or the other, but he's quick and fast. And that's a mean combination because in the open court, he can break you down. In the half court, he has the quick left to right lateral movement that can cause problems in pick and roll.
Now here's Jaquez. And here's Wiggins. Clock at 6 from deep three-point range. Barnes with the rebound. Now here's Wembanyama. He's closely guarded. That's tipped. Adebayo with a steal. The three is up. Knocks down the long J.
Yeah, just a tremendous athlete. Bam loves to run. Runs so well at that center position.
Vassell left side. And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Fox. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Just moments ago, Eric Spoelstra and I were able to chat, and they have to deal with one of the quickest guys in the league in De'Aaron Fox. Coach told me it's almost impossible to stay in front of De'Aaron, so we'll try to give whoever is guarding him help, especially if Fox gets rolling. We'll see how that plan works.
Thanks for that, Allie.
Do not discount how much Fox's playmaking means to this team. He is the floor general.
He is just so deadly from out there. You expect that to fall.
Now here's Barnes. Pass to Wembanyama. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
Just outstanding distribution. This is the kind of team chemistry that you love to see.
Wiggins from long range. San Antonio with a rebound. Outside Barnes. From outside the arc. And that one makes him 2 for 2. He's in his rhythm.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Right side Jaquez. Pass to Wiggins to stop the run. Count it. And that shot gets him in the books. He's 1 for 3.
Get off of that, man. Wiggins is that dude.
The Spurs have gone 3 of 3 so far from the floor. Wembanyama, screen on Jaquez. Here's Barnes. Fox outside. Shot clock at 6. He's off on the layup.
Oh, he just can't resist the urge to try and do something special, and it cost them 2 points.
And it's Ware missing. And so it's Wembanyama with it. He brings it up for the Spurs. 4-point game. Out to Fox. Pass to Wembanyama. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It goes on Bam Adebayo.
It's such a difficult frame to guard. Wembanyama draws the foul easily.
And Grant, the Heat last season retiring Udonis Haslam's number 40.
Yeah, he played his entire 2-decade career in his hometown of Miami. And for all of his contributions on the court, he meant to this organization off the floor was just as important. That assertive mentality, I mean, just rising up from deep and draining it.
Fox against Wiggins. Barnes with a screen on Wiggins. Fox for 3. The rebound by Ware.
It's hard not to want payback when you give up a 3 at the other end, but it can force you to rush things.
Slicing his way to a shot. Wiggins can be so crafty inside.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into this first quarter. Here's Castle. Boom! He jams it straight down.
He slams it home and gets some extra camera time chilling on the rim.
Yeah, he did spend a little time up there, didn't he? Here's Ware. Still without a bucket. Outside Jaquez. The 3 is up. And again, it's Miami from deep.
See, he had time to line it up, and you know what? He's capable.
San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point land so far. Pass to Wembanyama. There's 47 seconds left in the first quarter. Wembanyama, screen on Hero. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Vassell's shot is good. So it's Miami now, trailing by 2. Adebayo in the post. He's guarded by Barnes.
The aggressiveness of Adebayo. He plays with so much energy and force close to the bucket.
Wembanyama scanning the floor. Sinks it from distance. Wembanyama's got 7 points.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
And it's Ware missing. Outside Wembanyama. And it's in! Oh! Nails the buzzer beater! Are you kidding? And so it's Victor Wembanyama making things happen for the Spurs. Hunting for opportunities, leading to 9 points in the quarter. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. All right, guys, before we move on, what do you think about the Spurs at this point?
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
Well, let's see if they're able to keep it up. So far, their shot selection and ball movement has been on point.
So, on the floor for San Antonio. At forward, we'll see Vassell slot in next to Barnes. Castle is out there with De'Aaron Fox, and it's Wembanyama in at the 5.
How about Castle? He'll take any chance he gets to finish with power.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Here's a great quote from Coach Eric Spoelstra, who said, "The Miami Heat culture is a system based on discipline and hard work. We stand for something. That's competition. That's winning. We feel that there's a championship DNA that you can develop." And Brian, they walk the walk.
One of the great organizations in the league, Allie. RJ, with Harrison Barnes on the roster, a team can count on durability and reliability.
Oh, and don't forget about the veteran leadership he brings to the table. You can't underestimate how important it is to have a champion and a veteran like that in your locker room.
Wembanyama finds Vassell. Misses the 3. Heat trail by 6. Releases. And the shot's good by Wiggins. Wiggins has got 6 points. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter. Wiggins against Fox. Pass to Barnes. Out to the wing. Outside Wembanyama. 6 to shoot. Wembanyama. Screen on Jaquez. Castle for 3. And his first miss of the night. Now 2 of 3. The Heat have gotten 3 of 4 field goals in the second quarter. And it's good. 2 points. 7 points in the game.
And once Bam gets the ball inside, the bucket is almost guaranteed. He's a serious producer in the paint.
The 3 from Wembanyama. It's hauled in by the Heat. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Oh, Fox with a steal. By himself. De'Aaron Fox, so fast on the break.
So quick. Fox plays with incredible pace on both ends, and this man is hard to slow down.
To the middle. Here's Jaquez. Here's Ware. Off target from outside. Spurs lead by 4. Wembanyama. Pass to Fox. There's the 3. Doesn't go that time. Miami has gone 0 for 2 from outside in the second quarter. And finished off by Adebayo.
Look at the big man move. I love seeing Adebayo attack the basket and be rewarded for it.
And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
A line change here for Miami.
First team foul.
Ball passes to Johnson. Oh, sweet move. Deflected. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Love the screen on Johnson. Here's Burks. Here's Love. And out of bounds. San Antonio will have it. A minute 29 left in the first half. Paul against Mitchell. Paul, a screen on Love. Mamukelashvili passes to Champagny, driving to the basket, and the layup is good off the glass. Champagny's got his first bucket in this one.
Yeah, he was able to sneak it to the rim. Had enough room to get just like an easy layup.
Mitchell, the pass to Jovic. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by Mamukelashvili.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
These are his first free throws of the game. And he drops the first.
The thing I love about Chris Paul is that he is so focused on making his teammates better. Every team would love to have a floor general like that.
Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
On the wing, Burks. Covered by Johnson.
I didn't see that coming.
Oh, save that for the dunk contest. That flush was so extra.
Whether or not this game is close, he's the same guy. Focused on finishing firm at the rim. Here's Mamukelashvili. He drops it from range. And the Spurs lead by 7.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Tries to save it. Burks for 3. Drills it from deep. And now just a 2-point San Antonio lead. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Spurs out in front. They lead by a bucket. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. You know, Victor Wembanyama has been exceptional here, guys.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense. That's how he likes it.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
We've got Kevin Love. Duncan Robinson is out there with Mitchell. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Jovic in at the 4. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Pass to Sohan. To the paint. And down it goes. Dumped it through off a beautiful setup.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Well, Grant, when the money's on the line, the mid-range is still a big part of the elite player's game.
You're right, B.A. And really, it comes down to touch, obviously. And size certainly helps. And then the savvy and balance to create that space. They're using his size well and putting some muscle behind his play. That's how Sohan gets to his shot inside.
Johnson against Burks. Pass to Jovic. Back to Burks. 5 on the clock. For the lead. Nails it from 3. Burks has got 10 points in the game.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Here's Paul, and he drives in, goes up and lays it in nice and easy. And the Spurs lead by 1.
See, I like it when Paul attacks the hoop, when he looks for his.
Outside Robinson, pass to Burks. Robinson, a screen on Johnson. And a big finish Finished by Robinson. We've seen 5 lead changes so far. Neither team able to pull away.
Yeah, this game just feels like it's going to come down to the wire.
Johnson against Burks. Left side Paul. To the left side wing. Sohan, the pass to Paul. Jacks up with 3. Can't get it to drop. The Heat have gone 4 of 4 in this third quarter. Perfect so far. And it's Mitchell penetrating. Outside Robinson. And again, it's Miami from deep.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
So both teams changing it up here.
Second team foul. Substitution on the court.
Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. Pass to Castle. Wembanyama, screen on Jaquez. Shot clock at 6. The 3 from Barnes. Offensive rebound.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Jaquez with it. He's picked up by Barnes. Adebayo against Fox. Adebayo, that's good.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
Here's Castle. And no good. The dry spell continues. Wiggins outside. Back to Jaquez. And De'Aaron Fox picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
1:27 left in the third quarter. Out to the right wing. Here's Ware, covered by Wembanyama. Back to Jaquez. Shot clock at 2. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound San Antonio. Wembanyama's got his 4th rebound in this one. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Fox, the pass to Wembanyama. And the dunk by Wembanyama.
Well, Victor doesn't have too far to go. I mean, he just pops up to the rim, makes it look so easy.
Hero on the wing. Adebayo sets a screen. 6 on the shot clock. Hero with the bucket.
You got to do more than that to stop Hero. He's superb at staying under control.
Here's Castle. Jaquez covers. Barnes, no good. 8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. That's good from Jaquez on the assist from Adebayo. And now an 8-point Heat lead.
For a center, Adebayo is an excellent passer. He's always so aware of his surroundings.
And we've got a timeout called by Greg Popovich. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. Mamukelashvili's checked in for San Antonio. There's 25 seconds left in the third.
Spurs substitution.
Fox, the pass to Mamukelashvili. There's a screen. Back to Fox. Shoots over Jaquez. Kicks it out to Barnes. Castle for 3. Oh, he beats the buzzer just in time. Wow.
Big time bucket, I'll tell you.
Well, it's been an exciting game. Plenty of offense as we head to the fourth quarter. Miami out in front, up by 5. Don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. All right, on the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter. At forward, we'll see Vassell slot in next to Barnes. Castle is out there with De'Aaron Fox. And it's Wembanyama in at the 5, roaming the paint.
And when Fox, he's hitting consistently from deep, it opens up the floor for him and his teammates.
Fox against Hero. Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Yeah, I know. It just doesn't make sense given the situation.
First team foul.
And out of bounds. San Antonio will have it. And the Spurs making a change here. Mamukelashvili's checked in.
Number 54, Sandro Mamukelashvili.
San Antonio trailing here. And there's a pick. Down low. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Running the pick and roll to perfection. Fox with a nice dish.
Hero with it. Here's the floater. Adebayo from long range. It's hauled in by Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got 5 rebounds tonight. We played just over a minute here in the fourth. Oh, Wembanyama throws it down.
And the offensive skills of Wembanyama are a huge part of his high value. And nice to see him delivering.
And the three-pointer goes. Tight ball game coming down the stretch.
Yeah, with 7 lead changes thus far, this has been a thriller.
Pass to Wembanyama. Vassell outside. Clock at 4. Here's Fox. And it's Miami with a rebound. Outside Jaquez. There's a screen by Wiggins. Jaquez, the pass to Wiggins. And here's Adebayo. He got him. No doubt that's a foul. And it's going to be a transition take foul. And an important part of every team's game. A look at the hustle stats for the Heat.
Oh, they've done a lot of damage in transition. Every time they see a chance to push the tempo, they're gone.
And they've also been so active defensively, getting deflections, forcing turnovers, and scoring off of them.
Here's Castle. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It's going to go on Jaime Jaquez.
You love the frame and the length Castle brings to the guard position.
Miami has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Adebayo, a screen on Fox. And De'Aaron Fox picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second team foul.
A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. Wiggins outside. Pass to Jaquez. From the arc. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Castle. Jaquez covers. Back to Wembanyama. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Adebayo from long range. Gets the 3 ball to go. And the Heat lead by 1.
Rising to the challenge, Adebayo stays under control and hits a big-time shot.
Pass to Mamukelashvili. Now here's Wembanyama. Here's Mamukelashvili. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
What a smart pass from Wembanyama. Already adept at scanning the floor and finding open time.
Okay, Wiggins putting on a show here.
Man, when they needed him most, Wiggins steps up and hands them an important bucket.
Pass to Wembanyama. Hawks for 3. The rebound by Ware. Ware's got 5 rebounds in the game. Here's Wiggins. Nice D from Vassell.
That's the shot you hope for. Right at the rim. Just couldn't capitalize.
And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
Here's Mamukelashvili. Counted by Adebayo. Shot is good by Mamukelashvili.
Showing the point guard instincts there. Fox with great vision.
Hero, the pass to Adebayo. Yes!
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
Fox finds Vassell. There's 47 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lets a floater go. He connects.
What a shot by Vassell. That man is a competitor.
Now here's Hero. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting. And no surprise here. At this stage of the game, they're going to use the coach's challenge.
Now at the line.
We've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. So they see clear evidence of a bad call, and they're going to overturn it. Probably the right decision.
And give credit to the officials for recognizing the mistake and correcting it. Nobody likes to say they got it wrong, but they fixed it in a hurry. Oh, the young man showing composure down the stretch. Big points from Castle in a big moment. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Hero for three. Misses the tray.
High effort play and quickness. That's how Vassell makes a defensive impact.
So the first one drops, and that brings him within two here.
Now at the line.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And in a close game like this, they can really rely on him to take care of business at the line.
Pass to Vassell. Castle for three. And so it's San Antonio who scraped by with the win. With the late victory, they upset plenty of these hometown fans.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
And a look at the starters for San Antonio. Up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. Castle is out there with Fox. And it's Wembanyama in at the center, locking down the middle. Takes a three. Draymond Green with the rebound. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. And slam dunk by Butler.
Using his strength and athleticism, plays like this from Butler just motivates his team.
Wembanyama, a screen on Curry. Here's Castle. Again, the miss by the Spurs. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. Butler on the way. Covered by Barnes. Butler, a screen on Barnes. Moody. That one's in. His first shot this game. Here's Castle. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, D.A.?
Well, Kevin, Steve Kerr gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. Now he's in awe of Victor Wembanyama, just like everybody else. He said, I don't know that we can stop him. I don't know that we can slow him down. But they want to try and play a physical brand of basketball against him at both ends and see if that has any effect. Kevin?
Thanks so much, David. You know, Greg, with the combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all five guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake. The perfect lob partner, Wembanyama with elite hand-eye coordination.
Curry kicks to Green. Butler sets a screen for Green. Right side, Butler. Back to Green. Shot clock at 6. It's Butler that time on the assist by Green. Butler's got his second bucket.
And this kind of shot defines who Butler is. Just a bulldog who embraces finishing against the tight cover.
Now here's Barnes. Spurs passing it around. And that one's good. Wembanyama.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. If he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
A three. Curry shot is off. San Antonio's gone just 1 of 4 from three-point range here in the first. A three from Barnes. Pass to Castle. Shoots over Curry. Offensive rebound, Spurs. Back to Wembanyama. That doesn't go either for Wembanyama. Golden State's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Curry outside. Vassell grabs the board.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Deflects the pass. And it's out of bounds to the Spurs as San Antonio retains possession.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, deflections are a stat that a lot of teams track, disrupting the offense's rhythm and flow.
Now, here's Vassell. Nothing on the board. Well, Devin Vassell has flown under the radar for a long time and passed a lot of fans, Coach. But we've seen him. He can fill it up.
Yeah, Kevin, look, he is an outstanding shooter. He's got great footwork. He can score at all 3 levels. He reminds you a bit of DeMar DeRozan, but maybe even with more of a three-point shot.
Here's Green. Here's Podziemski. Guarded by Fox. Now Podziemski. And it's Fox with the rebound. Here's Castle. And he dunks it down.
Oh, yeah. Castle can leap up to the rim. The rookie putting some power behind that finish.
Podziemski with it. Out guarded by Wembanyama. 43 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Podziemski's shot is good.
and he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
A chance at a 2-for-1 if they want it.
If I'm them, I try it.
Here's Fox. Back to Barnes. Good, and a nice assist from Fox.
How about the awareness there from Fox? You gotta love seeing how he is such a willing passer in finding the open man.
Three-pointer, Butler, another three for Golden State.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Fox passes to Wembanyama. Barnes, screen on Green. And a wide open look for Wembanyama. Carries it from three-point range. Wembanyama's got 7 points. He can't hit that time. At the end of one, a closer contested game so far. It's San Antonio up by 2. The second quarter. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. Guys, what's your take on the Spurs so far?
Throughout the first quarter, they did a great job of just running the offense.
Yeah, and I love to see this kind of communication between teammates. Great player movement, great ball movement.
In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Butler out there with Moody. And it's Green in its center. That's the Warriors' 5. Here's Castle. And he finishes it off with a one-handed jam.
You like how Castle plays at his pace and celebrating when he wants to.
Pass to Curry. Green with a screen for Curry. The three. Rebounded by the Spurs. Wembanyama has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Three-pointer. The Warriors pull it in. Green's got his 4th rebound in this one. And stolen by Wembanyama. Fox passes to Wembanyama. They set the pick. Pulls up on the wing. Draymond Green grabs the miss. Green's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Curry with it. Guarded now by Barnes. Inside, here's Green, and Green slams it in.
Well, you want to stop Steph in the two-man game, but he's so smart, and he'll get others involved.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. The three from Barnes trains the three-pointer. Barnes has got 5.
Good job of stepping up to the plate there, seizing back the momentum for his team.
Yeah, plenty of lead changes in this game. It's gone back and forth.
And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
And Aaron Fox gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Warriors trail by 3. Curry looking it over. Over in the corner, Green. Puts up a 3. The rebound by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. All right, Stan, let's put that coaching hat back on you. How in the world would you game plan for a player like Victor Wembanyama?
Well, that's a great question, Kevin, and there are no great answers because he's so good. I think when you're guarding him, you want to be as physical as you can and keep him as far away from the basket as possible to negate his length. Defensively, or when you're on offense, his defense, I think you want to use his instincts to block shots against him, take the ball at him, draw him, and get the ball to open people.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, but if it were that good, it would work more often against a guy that good.
And Fox has it in the corner.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist. Fox has got the lead up to 3 now for San Antonio. Pass to Butler. There's a minute 47 left in the second quarter.
And continuing to add to his offense over time, Butler excels at breaking down the defense.
Fox finds Vassell. Wembanyama looking it over. Wembanyama sets a screen for Fox. Shot clock at 5. Shoots the 3. It's rebounded by Golden State.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
Moody with it, and it's Vassell picking him up. Fox with the steal, and Fox with a clear path to the basket, and it's Fox with the jam.
No one gets from point A to point B faster than Fox. His explosiveness helps him on the break.
Curry outside, Wembanyama with the rebound. San Antonio's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. There's the 3. Hands it from downtown. Podziemski's got 8 points. Guys, no one team gaining control early on.
Yeah, and you look at the lead change. It's 6 already.
Here's Castle, guarded by Kerr. On the wing, Barnes. Up top, Vassell. Vassell was screen on Green. Here's Wembanyama. Wembanyama, deadly inside.
And standing easily over 7 feet. When Wemby gets that ball near the hoop, literally nothing a defender can do.
Wembanyama sets a screen for Barnes. Drills the three-pointer. Now it's a 4-point San Antonio lead. Butler feeling out of it. And it's Vassell with the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
Here's Curry with the 3. It's deflected. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Spurs lead by 4. A chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. We are seeing a tremendous game from Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
That's certainly what I'd do. Until the defense shows they can stop him, ride the hot hand.
On the court for San Antonio. The forwards for him, Johnson and Sohan. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's Mamu Kelishvili in at the center position.
Well, the defense just gave him that shot, and he wasn't able to convert. Very disappointing.
And the Spurs pushing it up now. Sohan with the screen. Here's Champagnie. And again, it's the Spurs from deep. You know, Stan, it sometimes seems that coaches get themselves ejected on purpose to fire up their team. Am I on the right track there or not?
Well, Kevin, certainly it happens with some guys. There have certainly been guys, Jerry Sloan, Don Nelson, who would do some of that.
How about you? How about you?
Now, Kevin, you know me. All I always ever tried to do was help the referees because we all just want to get to the right call, and I could help them in that.
You did all the time.
As much as I could, but they were not receptive.
Spurs leading by 7. And it's Paul top the key. On the wing, Johnson. 5 on the clock. The shot. The Warriors pull it in.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Paul for 3. Hits it from three-point range. Paul's got the lead up to 10 now for the Spurs. Healed outside. Fires from deep. And the 3-ball is good.
Mano y mano. This is where you can get a little personal.
Well, and as a fan of the game, you have to love these back and forth matches.
Paul's shot is off. And here's Hield. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. Three-pointer, Payton. And it's Mamukelashvili with the rebound. The Spurs have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Johnson drops one in from the wing.
Going old school on him, Johnson with the mid-range, a rarity in today's NBA.
Got a piece of it. And so it looks like the Warriors will retain possession here.
Golden State basketball.
Hield from outside. It's not going to go for him.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Ball looking over the floor. Poke loose. Warriors trail by 9. Here's Spencer. Outside, Payton. Kuminga sets a screen for Payton. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. San Antonio's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Sohan with the screen. Pass to Johnson. They get it back. No good that time. Warriors shooting a mediocre 41% in this one. Outside, Payton. Back to Kuminga. San Antonio with the rebound. Sohan, the pass to Paul. There's 57 seconds left in the third. To the right side. And he hits the jump shot. Paul's got 5.
You gotta love how decisive Paul is. Phenomenal at making those fast, effective decisions.
Here's Kuminga. And it's Mamukelashvili with the rebound. Spurs leading by 11. Here's Champagnie. From the arc. Three-pointer. Knocks down the 3-ball. Champagnie's got his second basket. Champagnie's gone 2 of 3 shooting from deep here. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
San Antonio's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3. Here's Fox. The rebound by Post.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
Oh, what a beautiful pass. And then to catch and finish all in one motion.
An alley-oop like that, Greg, is so rare you just got to take a second and enjoy it. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They've played the better game so far, but their work is far from over. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his team.
Golden State foul. Gary.
And with 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store for us. So with Butler sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. They've got Gary Payton II. He's out there with Kuminga. And it's Hield in at the shooting guard position. To the paint. Pushing it up. Green finds Butler. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
Dan, you know, you think about Jimmy Butler, and you and I are fans of his game. Talk about a guy who calls it like he sees it, though. My goodness.
Yeah, that's an understatement. Look, Jimmy's never going to hold back. He'll call out his teammates. He'll call out opponents. He'll call out the referees. This guy acts with no fear.
Just don't call out the broadcasters, right? You want to stay out of his range.
And he would have no reason to.
Exactly. Pass to Moody. Here's Green. San Antonio with the rebound. Wembanyama has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Castle. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It goes on Moses Moody. GA, there is a lot to like about the game of Stephon Castle.
His size, playmaking, defensive intensity. I guess the question, is there that one thing that he can do at an elite level? That will be a crucial step if he's to become a star. And Curry isn't just a lights-out scorer. He's also efficient at moving the ball and getting it to his teammates.
Pass to Castle. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
Yeah, and that's maybe something that should be called more. We see a lot of moving screens in today's NBA.
Murray finds Butler. Rebounded by Victor Wembanyama. Wembanyama has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. The wide open look here for Fox. Off target from 3-point range. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the Warriors. They've played a great 4th quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Pass to Barnes. This one for 3. Draymond Green with the rebound. Green's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Charity stripe shot. Butler making it happen inside.
Not many guys with Butler's build have his skill set inside.
Barnes sets a screen for Wembanyama. And the dunk by Barnes.
Well, he can play the 4 because he gets off the ground so well.
And it's Butler with the jam.
And Butler, no stranger to these pressuring situations. A big-time gamer who knows how to take over on key possessions.
Wembanyama outside. Oh, deep 3 for Wembanyama.
Yeah, it's such a sweet 3-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter.
Shot is good, and the Spurs lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Draymond Green. Here's Castle, guarded by Curry. Here's Wembanyama, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Wembanyama has got 7 now in this quarter.
And a monster game for Wemby with the matchup issues he creates. I'm not sure anyone in this league can stop him when he's on. And that was the right call. Look, when you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Yeah, he got a good look, and he calmly delivered for them. That's what you like to see.
And there's the call on Curry. That's his first foul. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the 4th. Vassell wide open. Offensive rebound. Here's Castle, guarded by Curry. Wembanyama, a screen on Curry. 4 on the shot clock. Wembanyama passes to Vassell. Fires away from outside. Wembanyama, no good. Warriors trail by 5. There's the pick. From downtown, Barnes grabs the miss.
Well, I've been here before. You're looking to get back in the game, but desperation threes are not the way to do it.
43 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Now the Warriors moving it up. Yes!
And when things are tight, Butler just seems to step his game up. Tremendous score here in the clutch.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
And here's Barnes for 3. Bangs home the trifecta. And the Spurs lead by 6.
Well, credit them for maintaining that aggression, even being up this much.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, just protect the ball, make smart decisions, don't give them a chance to get back in the game.
Benyama with it. From deep three-point territory. No good there. And so it's San Antonio with the win. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother him. I mean,
a lot of guys coming into this one, BA, just ready for what the game offers up. They have young guys that are watching and getting experience from observation. But the guys on the court tonight, they're going to understand where it is that this game in a 6-minute stretch can be taken advantage of, and that could be the difference in the win.
So a look at our starters for the Heat. Alec Burks is out there with Tyler Hero. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. Then it's Bam Adebayo. And it's Jaquez in at the 4.
I mean, he's like a magician how quickly he gets that shot off. Was it ever there?
Burks for 3. Gets the 3 to fall.
And both teams running long-range plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
Now here's Curry, and Andrew Wiggins gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Butler taking his time here. Outside, Green. Clock at 6. And just about a minute into this first quarter, the baseline J is off the mark. One thing this Golden State team does very well is control the offensive glass, Brent.
Well, there's been a lot of talk analytically, BA, about how advantageous it is to come in and swoop through to grab offensive rebounds. Golden State has bought into that philosophy. They also have guys who take a lot of long shots, so that's long rebounds with a better chance of gaining an extra possession. So some smart analytical play here from Golden State in the past couple seasons.
Filthy. I mean, just the arena is stunned.
He's got a deep bag of tricks to dig into. On the wing, Burks, defended by Pajemski. Burks with it. From behind the arc. Hauled in by Curry. Here in the first quarter, with about 2 minutes gone by. Off target from three-point range.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Burks for 3. Drops in the 3. Burks has got 6.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
The kick out, Curry. Over Wiggins. And it falls all over the rim and in.
Well, the D has to pressure Curry at all times. You can't let him shake free for a jumper.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Head coach Steve Kerr and I got a chance to talk for a bit. I asked him outright if he had a plan for Tyler Hero. Coach let me in on their strategy, saying, quote, "We just have to cause problems for him on defense. Hand in the face, crowd him, anything to discourage him from taking shots. So he hopes they can keep Tyler quiet by hassling him all night long." Back to you.
Okay, good stuff. Thank you, Allie. Now here's Burks. He has 6. Puts up a 3. Rebounded by Green.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
On the wing, Green. And there's Curry on the assist by Green. 7 points in the game.
Curry not one of those guards who shrinks when he gets inside.
Grant, when you look at Draymond Green's career, you think he's going to the Hall of Fame?
You know, BA, I believe so. He's won multiple titles, and we know how impactful he has been as a defender and distributor especially. I think we'll see him in Springfield one day.
Jimmy's such a well-conditioned athlete, using that vertical he has to get up and throw it down.
Outside Jaquez. Wiggins outside. Fires the 3. They get it again. Jaquez against Butler. Burks a screen on Butler. And that one's good. Jaquez for 3.
The defense takes a chance, leaves him open at the arc, and he capitalizes.
Pajemski into the lane. Outside for Green. Back to Pajemski. Pass to Green. Adebayo with a steal. And here we go, the Heat fast break. Wiggins from long range. Warriors with the rebound. They set the screen. Moody passes to Butler. Ooh, the lead pass was in the perfect spot to set up the layup.
And Butler just taking that motion right through contact.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock and the game clock. Adebayo a screen on Curry. This one for three. Adebayo, that's good. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
Here's Butler. Outside Pajemski. Moody on the wing. Shoots over Jaquez. And a high-scoring first quarter. Both teams really filling it up. Miami out in front. Up by... And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for Miami.
Well, they found a groove, and it's from distance, so knocking them down from the three-point land never hurts.
Love the passing that they displayed at the start of the game. Great ball movement that's opening up some chances without really getting deep into the execution.
On the court for Miami here in the second. They've got Andrew Wiggins. Jaime Jaquez out there with Bam Adebayo. Then there's Tyler Hero, and it's Burks in a shooting guard. It's Pajemski. No good with the triple. The Heat with the lead. Wiggins passes to Adebayo. Wiggins with it. Green picks him up. Left side Jaquez. Kicks it to Hero. Adebayo, a screen on Curry. Hero for three. Rebounded by Green. Green's got 4 rebounds in the game. And Brett, the Heat always looking to compete year in, year out.
Well, for good reason. This team takes a lot of pride in giving themselves a chance every year. And the way the front office conducts their business is they believe they can put together the type of roster that is going to go out there and take care of things to put them in position to be successful.
Here's Butler. Nails the 16-footer. Butler's got 6 points.
Butler can't get into the paint. He's got some offensive options. He has the touch from the mid-range.
Adebayo passes to Jaquez. Back to Adebayo. From downtown. Rebounded by Green. The Warriors have gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Here's Butler. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. Give him 8 points now.
They keep capturing the lead, then giving it back. We'll see if they can hold on to it this time.
You can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Curry finds some space. And all around the rim that time before dropping. And now it's a 4-point Warrior lead.
Now, sprinting down the floor is the key to a great fast break, and Steph putting on the afterburners there.
Adebayo, a screen on Butler. Jaquez counted from distance.
And not where he earns his money, that three-point shot, but he's a good shooter from that range if he's got space.
Pass to Butler. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Shot clock at 5. Curry with it. Butler, a screen on Wiggins. Let's go with a 3. It's hauled in by the Heat. Adebayo's got 4 rebounds now. Lets it go from deep. The Heat rebound. Wiggins outside. Pass to Adebayo. And here's Hero. Another shot. Drained it for 2 points. Hero's got his first basket. Well, Grant, with all the parity and competition in the league today, there's still those teams piling up losses.
Yeah, BA, and with teams like the Thunder excelling, it's almost like youth is no longer an excuse, but some rebuilds take longer than others.
It just doesn't matter. Once Steph crosses half court, he's in range.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Gotta hold firm or you're gonna get a call.
Beyond the arc. Rebound Miami. Adebayo's got his 5th rebound in this one. Burks passes to Adebayo. Back to Burks. Adebayo sets a screen. Launches a 3. And that one's good. Burks for 3. Burks has got 12 points. Well, it's certainly been a roller coaster ride.
You do me one, I'll do you one better. It feels like we have a lead change every few possessions.
The combo of strength and quickness from Butler, that's going to help him on the inside.
Well, Brent, it's been a blessing to watch Stephen Curry in real time. But he's the kind of player, his highlights will stand the test of time for years.
The best shooter that's ever played the game. Yes, it's been a real treat, BA, to watch all of that happen. But give credit to Steph. The early part of his career, shaky with the injuries, the confidence never wavered. And then all of a sudden, behind these magical hands, the game had changed. And this is the type of scorer that Jimmy Butler can be, especially when he's getting to his spots.
Jaquez, the pass to Wiggins. Hero outside. Jaquez with a screen on Curry. A clear look for Hero. Plenty of room to knock down that one. Hero's got his second basket of the game.
He's a go-to guy for them because he's that consistent. Time and time again, he delivers.
Pass to Butler. Back to Curry. Now Butler. Butler right to the heart.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Wiggins from long range, and that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. Jimmy Butler getting it done for the Golden State. Thanks very much, Allie. And folks, we'll be right back to start the second half of this game. As we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. It has been one outstanding game from Jimmy Butler.
Through 2 quarters of play, he's been an excellent source of points.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Gary Payton II is out there with Jonathan Kuminga. Then it's Buddy Hield, and it's Spencer in at the point guard position. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Hield from outside. Rebound Miami. And when you look back at the 2023 draft, the Warriors got great value out of their picks.
Yeah, I mean, they got Pajimski with the 19th pick, a versatile player who impacts the game at both ends. They also got Trace Jackson Davis late in the second round. And he is a fundamentally sound big man with great upside.
And it's Ware missing. The Warriors lead by 3. Kuminga with a screen on Mitchell. Pass to post. Mitchell against Hield. Three-pointer. The rebound by Ware. And the Heat shooting right at 35%. Not getting what they want out there. Over to the wing. Inside. Here's Highsmith, guarded by Payton. The Heat need to get one up in a hurry. And it's Ware missing.
Probably not the shot that was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up, and you can't knock it down.
Yep, that one goes.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Launches it. Connects from downtown. And now an 8-point Warrior lead.
And guys, this is why coaches value playing with pace.
Kind of get a team defensively on their heels, and if you can keep pushing and keep attacking, they'd never find some kind of defensive balance to help slow you down.
Pass to post. Here's Spencer. Takes a 3. The rebound by Ware. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, Coach Steve Kerr said of Jonathan Kuminga, we were trying really for a long time to get him to attack, get the ball in the paint and dunk it because he's unstoppable there. You just don't know when something's going to click, but it has clicked, and it's beautiful to see.
He has certainly found his lane, Allie. Thank you. The Warriors lead by 5. And Brent, you've always seen the flashes, but now it seems the game is slowed down for Kuminga.
Well, BA, a lot of fans clamoring for Kuminga to get minutes even earlier on, but the Warriors took a very slow approach to his development, and now you're starting to see some of that athleticism and strength and some of that patience paying off for Jonathan Kuminga.
Miami shooting their first free throw this game. All right, Brent, let me ask you a very important question. What exactly is Heat culture?
BA, Heat culture is about toughness and competitiveness. And if you step into that building, you better make sure that you're ready to be pushed and push the limits that, as a professional player, not a lot of other teams are willing to go. As soon as they find guys who enjoy that, and I'm not going to say torture, but it's close, those are the kind of guys who make it in Miami.
And there's the screen. Has to wear. Outside Robinson to the lead. And again, it's Miami from deep.
Love the timing as Robinson comes off footwork there to get the catch and get the shot up.
Now here's Kuminga. Just over 3.5 minutes through the third. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops. Kuminga's got 7 now in this quarter. These teams just keep trading the lead.
Yeah, you wonder what it's going to take for someone to pull away.
Has to wear. Back to Mitchell. There's the triple. Knocks it down from distance. Mitchell's got himself on the board with a 3 there.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
Has to wear. They set the pick. For 3. The rebound by Payton. The Warriors trailing. 7-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Down low. Here's Kuminga. Ooh, Kuminga. So deadly at the rim.
Keeping pace here. That's an excellent move inside.
Mitchell deciding where to go with it. Back to Robinson. Here's Ware. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. It's a tie game in the Bay Area. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'll tell you what, this was a no-brainer tonight. Take a look at the precision on this feed. Couldn't place it any better.
Now, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. Setting the floor for the Heat. Jaime Jaquez out there with Bam Adebayo. Then there's Tyler Hero. Then it's Andrew Wiggins. And it's Burks in at the 2-guard spot.
Love to see the pass-first nature of Draymond Green, and for good reason. He's got a lot of good shooters on the ball club, but as a 4 or as a 5, that passing skill pays off big time.
Pass to Wiggins. Takes the 3. And again, it's Miami from deep.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
Back to Pajemski. Outside Butler. It's hauled in by the Heat. Adebayo's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Wiggins with it. Now guarded by Curry. Wiggins passes to Hero. Back to Wiggins. Pass to Adebayo. Hero for 3. It's rebounded by Golden State. Here's Green. Oh! Green dropping the hammer!
Win or lose, this is the fight you want to see from your players.
A great example out here of just a no-quit team continuing to compete until the final buzzer.
Burks for 3. Jimmy Butler with a rebound.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Pass to Pajemski. And here's Curry. He's guarded by Hero. Curry against Hero. Green with a screen on Hero. And a deep three from Curry. Hits the three-pointer.
Curry's found his groove out there, and that's a scary thought.
Butler against Jaquez. Back to Hero. Pass to Jaquez. Hero outside. Fires for three. It's rebounded by Golden State. Green's got 8 rebounds in the game. Curry finds Butler. Back to Curry. Butler, a screen on Hero. Outside Curry. Shoots over Jaquez. Again, Golden State.
And none better, Steph stepping up. What a great feel for the moment. Steph Curry. Bingo.
Up top, Hero. He's covered by Curry. And Tyler Hero hits from deep.
Tyler Hero in the zone.
The Warriors have gotten 4 of 5 attempts to fall so far in the fourth. Here's Butler with the drive. And it's Butler with the jam.
And Jimmy Buckets is alive.
Pass to Burks. Now here's Jaquez, defended by Pajemski. Wiggins for the triple.
And Wiggins committed to help the team out offensively. Big shot.
Here's Butler, and it's Butler with the jam. Coming down the stretch, it's still anyone's game.
Incredible effort and energy on both sides. These guys must be gassed.
Hero against Curry. Hero outside. Pass to Adebayo. From deep. The rebound by Moody.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
Curry looking it over. Curry takes it in. Pass to Butler. Back to Curry. The three ball. And connects from downtown.
Wow, that takes steady nerves right there.
Not backing down from this moment here. When the game is close, he kicks it up a notch.
And he buries it. Oh, what a sensational bucket. That brings him within one. This is why you want ball movement and player movement.
And that's made it hard for the defense to key in on any one individual.
Just 1 second separating the shot clock and the game clock. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now for the second. And he ends up making the second. And that'll put him up 2. And so it's Eric Spoelstra with the timeout here. There is a lot on the line. And he is determined to make sure everyone's on the same page. What's the best strategy for him?
A chance to tie it up here.
Well, they just need a solid play right now, and Coach going through his index cards to find one to get something going.
There's a screen. Pass to Ware. For 3, Robinson. No good from three-point range. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Yeah, and that was a smart move. I mean, you have to foul right there. You just don't want them to run out the clock.
Good on the first. And that makes it a 3-point lead. Second one is good. Getting both at the line. And it's a 4-point ball game.
That should put this game on ice, not leaving any points behind.
Time called here. Miami decides to talk it over. 1 second left to play in the fourth quarter. All right, guys, what's your take?
Well, their only hope is for somebody to hit a three-pointer and get fouled for an and one. I'd be surprised if there's a defender anywhere in the vicinity of a three-point attempt.
And so the big win by Golden State. All right, Allie, good stuff there. Thanks for that. And that'll do it, folks. For Brent.